Far just this year, America has let 6,726 Syrian refugees into this country. Of that total, only 23 are Christians. Look who's here on the set in New York, Trump foreign policy advisor Walid Phares. I'm astonished at that. 23 Christians out of 6,700 people coming here. How did that happen?
10 to 15% of Syria are Christians.
Right.
Yet, if you look at the proportion of these numbers, this is less than, what, 2%?
It's the Christians who have been persecuted and murdered en masse in Syria.
Ethnic cleanse, beheaded, their churches are burning, they're taking hostages. So if there's any case for political asylum, very clearly, it would be for that group and the Yazidis and any other individual. But why this number is very low?
Why? Why is that?
NGOs of Christian Syrians are telling me that the administration is not really listening to them. They're not making enough case for them.
That's extraordinary.
It is.
It's almost unbelievable that we are doing this. The Christians in the Middle East are the people who are being kicked out and slaughtered en masse, beheaded and crucified in some elements, and this is being done to them by Islam. And yet we let Islam in, but we don't let Christians in.
They were slaughtered by jihadists, by ISIS. Let me give you a worst case. The Yazidis, 400,000, have been ethnic cleansed. So under international law, this is almost genocide. Yet they have not been contacted to be brought to the United States or Canada or other places. And that's a population which is about to vanish.
Now, I want to bring to your attention what's been going on at this church in France. I know you know the story, but I'll tell our viewers. Two attackers got in the back door of a church whilst Mass was being celebrated. They took hostages, including two nuns and a priest. They slit the priest's throat. Some say that he was beheaded. Nonetheless, that happened in a church in France today. That is such a depraved act. It's another depraved act. I have to think that urban warfare is coming to France. That's not an exaggeration.
These are the early drops of that heavy cloud of what you call urban jihadi warfare. But killing that priest, slaughtering him, is basically the last red line. There's nothing else after that. Attacking the military in the church. Even other Islamist militias have not gone to the slaughter of priests. This jihadi network in France is extremely dangerous, and the French people are under extreme danger at this point.
Now, we've gone through various phases. Phase one was, come on in. Europe says, come on in. We'll let you in the door. Phase two is, well, we can't cope. Hold on, no more. Phase three is, go home. We're not there yet, but we're getting close, aren't we?
Well, when you get to phase three, then the jihadists will wage urban guerrilla warfare. Then you're going to see the worst that you have ever seen before. Because the goal of ISIS is to penetrate the refugees to get in. Once the public is nervous, pressure the government takes action, what happens? In many cities, the jihadists are going to do what you saw over the past many days.
François Hollande, president of France today, called it war. He used that war. He used the word, I should say. Used that word. It's extraordinary stuff. We
didn't hear it yesterday, by the way, in Philadelphia.
No, we did not. No.
Maybe today.
You're a foreign policy advisor to Donald Trump?
I am, and I was very concerned that yesterday during a whole day, we haven't heard one word about ISIS, one word about the Iran deal, one word about the jihadists, nothing about these events.
Now, Donald Trump spoke this morning. I thought he might say something about the events in France, but he said nothing about it.
He will. He will. This is a priest slaughtered. Believe me, Donald Trump will talk about it.
Okay. Walid Phares, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Now.